Hey guys! Okay, so I'm making another video. I had made this video before, but people walked in and I had to like run and like banish everything away because I had like a whole bunch of stuff out. Basically, this is gonna be a video showing you guys my magical book collection. I had this organized the first time, but now it's not really all that organized. But I'm just gonna. Can you turn it down? Sorry about that, TV was kind of loud. Anyway, so yes, I had it in a particular order, and then it got jumbled around because I was having to put it back and then bring it back out now, so you're just going to have to bear with the fact that it's kind of unorganized. Okay, so the first book, I'm just going to grab it from the pile, is... Damn, I really hate this. My dog chewed it all up. It's so bad. It's Earth Power, Techniques of Natural Magic by Scott Cunningham. I got this book because I did want to work more with the elements, and this gives you a really good, solid foundation for spell work using the elements, which is something that I'm familiar with and really, really comfortable with, so it's something that I can practice. So this is a really great book for that. I bought this, I think, for like $6. It was when it was when Borders was going out of business. So yay for that, or boo, but yay. So that's that book. Next is Wicca for One: The Path of Solitary Witchcraft by Raymond Buckland. Now this book is again really great. It's essentially I got this Wicca 101 book of Raymond Buckland versus the Big Blue Book. Just because the Big Blue Book is kind of like a encyclopedia. Oh, not encyclopedia. It's like a workbook, and I don't really do well with workbook type of things. And it's one of those things where I already know what I'm doing, sort of. You know, like I intuitively know what to do. You don't need to like give me like this homework to figure it out. But it's a really good book. It's got a lot of information. I really love this book a lot because it's got a lot of history in it, and it also has. Excuse me. Different things about rites of passages, such as hand fasting, hand parting, wickenings, and crossing over. When somebody dies. So it gives you really good ritual layouts for those, and I love it. And the Sabbat information in here is amazing. It's got a lot of work with all the different kinds, and it also goes into. I believe this one does. Yeah, no, this one doesn't. I think it's maybe ones, but. See here, I'm trying to figure something out. It goes into different kinds of divination, scrying, and the ethics of magic, various time. I love that it has the timing in here as well for various things, so I love it. Yay! Okay, next. Okay, I love this book too. This is amazing. It's Cunningham's Book of Shadows by Scott Cunningham. I bought this book right when it came out. They were in the works of finding this, and I found out this is essentially Wicca Guide for a Solitary Practitioner in its raw form. Basically, Scott Cunningham had put that together, and this is like his notes and the rough drafts, so to speak, of what is the product Wicca Guide for a Solitary Practitioner. So. I love it. It's amazing. You can see, all the different. It's almost an exact mirror of the book. It's got a few different things in here that are not in there, but nothing that you'll like miss and not be able to pull up somewhere else. But I really love it because it's got. Let me show you. I had this marked. I'm telling you, I had this marked the first time, but okay, there we go. Because it shows different pages. For various pages, it'll show. It'll show. I'm sorry, what am I thinking of? It'll show his raw manuscripts scanned into the book as well as the printed copy. So here you can see like his handwriting for drawing the different witches symbols. So that's really cool. I love that. It's got a few. Let's see if I can find one that shows here's him with his runic alphabet. I love this because this is how dated this book is. It's like typewriter, so it's got like typewriter pages in it. It's really awesome. I love it. But yeah, this is a really good book. Again, it's essentially, I call this like a collector's book because it's essentially Wicca Guide for Sword Type Practitioner in its raw form, and it's more like a, if you really like Scott Cunningham and you're a big fan, this is like a keepsake type of thing. So really good. I love that. Next, one of my least favorite books, To Ride a Silver Broomstick by Silver Ravenwolf. Again, it's just another Wicca 101 book. I only bought it because I wanted to see her interpretation of it all. Just to see her the way she would explain it, basically. And she did a pretty good job. It's a decent, it's the same information vomited in and out, but I kind of don't, I did a video on this when I first got it, that I don't like Silver Ravenwolf because she sounds really condescending, and because she's not appealing to a general audience. She's very teen specific, so a lot of her works are, you know, teen oriented, and like it's got information about coming out to your parents, and some of the spells and some of the techniques are kind of childish and not things that you would necessarily. I mean, that'll work. They're pretty. They're fine, but it's kind of like, okay, there's other ways to. You don't need to dumb it down for me. So that's what that is. I don't want to talk about this book, but there it is. Another one. This is a really good one. It's Witchcraft Theory and Practice by Lee DeAngelis. This is essentially a book just on witchcraft. It is about witchcraft and only witchcraft. It's not really Wicca, the religion base. It's more Wicca and witchcraft, the practice and the way of life. So it's got a lot of information in here. It ties a lot of Kabbalah and alchemic stuff and OTO, Ordo Templi Orientis, Thelema, I'm sorry. And it's got a lot of very interesting things in here, so I really like it. It's a really intense witchcraft book. So, yep, Witchcraft Theory and Practice by Lee DeAngelis. Good book, really, really good. And actually, a funny story with this book. I had ordered it twice, actually. The first time I ordered it, it got lost. And when it first got lost, I thought one of my neighbors had taken it. And I was trying to figure out why they would take it, because I'm like, it's a book on witchcraft. If they were to open this up, they would be like, what in the world? And they would probably throw it out. So I didn't understand why anybody would bother to take it. But whatever happened to it, so I had to order it again, and I got it. So this is a second copy, actually. Anyway, another book. Oh, I love this one. This is my little book on runes. It's got all the runes in it. You know, runes and their information. It's got information on how to do bind runes, the runes in magic, making your own runes, cleansing, consecrating. It's got the runic alphabet as well. It's got meanings galore. It's very Norse oriented, but I really love it, and it's really interesting. I love this page too because it's got the sacred trees in here and their attribute or the associations. So that's really great. I love it. So yeah, The Runes by Lisa Pichel. I'm not sure how you say that, but Pichel, whatever. That's it. Good book. I love this. Goes with my runes. Another Raymond Kaplan book is Practical Candle Burning Rituals. Again, it's a really. I have a lot of books. These are like specific books, and these are just books that I have for, you know, learning particular. Various aspects of the practice that I want to study up on. So this is Candle Magic. Pretty straightforward. I mean, most of the information that's in here and the way the techniques that he shows are, again, things I've already known and just sort of elaborate further on it. So it's really good for that. So yes, check it out. Really, really good. I'm sorry, kind of being like not really overly enthusiastic, but I am. Just not showing it. Another Raymond Buckland book. The Witch Book, Encyclopedia of Witchcraft, Wicca, and Neo-Paganism. This book has got everything in it. It's a giant encyclopedia. Everything from Abracadabra to Zodiac. All of them, and in between. I really like this book because it's a really good reference for different things. It's got a lot of what I also like about it a lot is it's got a lot of people, historical figures within the pagan community in it. Like, here's, well, it's continuation of Jared Gardner's page, so it's a picture right there. But yeah, it's got that. The only thing I don't really like is that it's got, like, it's kind of annoying that I'm like, why did you bother? It's got, like, movies and, like, TV shows. Like, Bewitched is in here, Charmed, Wicker Man, you know, they're all in here. But it's got a lot of really good information on different, attributes and various words and things in witchcraft that you want to know about, maybe. You know, like, you want to know what a hag is, druids, ceremonial magic. Let's see, what's the Morrigan, Morris dancing, popes, polytheism, sacrifice. Again, just words with Selene, the goddess, seance, spirit, spiritualism, Benefica, Rouvain, voodoo, water witch, washes, what are washes, watchtowers, what are the watchtowers, and I'm actually kind of, it's really weird, I like to read, so I've actually read about 3/4 of this, from front to 3/4 in, so really weird to do that with encyclopedia type of book, but I did, and I really loved it a lot, so I love it. Great book. Good reference. Another thing, let's see, another big one out of the way. Let's get this other one out of the way. Everybody knows this one, Encyclopedia of 5,000 Spells. I love this book. If I could keep any book, this would be one of them. Definitely. I could remake my entire life out of this book. It's got all different kinds of spells, spells, lots. It's 5,000 spells. And I really love this book because it's got a lot of variations on certain spells. So in case you can't do one particular aspect of it, you can try a different way. It's got the different, some of the magical ingredients that you may need. It's got a lot of different information for different kinds of oils and vinegars and waters and washes and ointments, things like that. So it's really good for that. And it's also got, I love about it also, is that it's got, you'll notice in the book it'll tell you, it's got a lot of historical spells in here that are not necessarily supposed to be used, but they're just there to show history, and I really love that. I really love seeing what a spell would have looked like, or what they used to do, and and they kind of explain it. It's really awesome, so I love that. Another book is Practical Sigil Magic by Frater Ud, or Frater UD, whatever his name is. This is a really interesting book. I just actually got this brand new. So I haven't really done a lot of reading on this, but what I've read on it, I mean, I've practiced Sigil Magic, I haven't practiced Sigil Magic, but I do use sigils in my practice, and I wanted to learn how to use it magically in spell work and things, and so I really got this book, and it's a really, really good book. It's been highly recommended. This is like one of the top books for it, this particular author. And this book was actually out of print for a really long time. It's only recently just come back into print. And you can get it off Llewellyn's website for $16. I bought it for $12. But it's an amazing book, and I love it. I'm really excited to learn more into it and really get into practicing some of the sigil magic that's in here. So yes, that's this book right here. Another book, Pendulum Magic for Beginners by Richard Webster, I'm sorry. Another book that I got, again, specific because I bought my pendulum and I've been using it and I wanted to learn other techniques, maybe if there's other things I can use it for. And it's got all the different things you can use to find things, truth-telling, scrying, like if you use like a map or a layout to find things, to tell whether or not food is bad, what kind of energies are in something, healing, finding ailments within yourself. Again, just it's an amazing plethora that'll sort of provide like a launching pad, because it is for beginners, so it does provide a launching pad for doing further research and things, so it's really good for that. Love it. The Wiccan Year by Julianne Knock. I love this book. I got this specifically to learn about the Sabbats. Because again, before this, I hadn't really gotten any extensive information. Most of it was just out of Scott Cunningham or Raymond Buckland or online. And I really love this book because it goes into a lot of detail about the Sabbat, and it provides a lot of astrological information and also crafting ideas and meditations for every single Sabbat. And I love them. I've used some of the meditations, and they're really awesome. So that's that book. You can tell almost all my books are Llewellyn. It's kind of scary, I just realized. But, they're good company, I don't care. Some people don't like them, but I do. 2011 Magickal Almanac. I'm not going to go into much detail about this. This is like your standard go-to, which is almanac book that comes out every year. I happen to buy this particular year. It's got a lot of information in it. I love it. So yeah, that's that. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like rushing through this, but trying to get through all of them because I have a lot of books. Okay, next one. The Witches of Sabbats by Mike Nichols, or Nichols, or whatever. Again, really good book. Not as much information as the Wiccan Year that I have, but it has good stories in it, something really awesome. Again, highly recommended, and I mean, it's a good book. I'm fond, but not, ooh, that's a really good picture. I want to get a tattoo like that. That's really cool. The Green Man, that's awesome. So yeah, that's that. We all know these. Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs by Scott Cunningham. I use this book all the time. It's because I'm heavily into herbs and incense blends and sachets and witches bottles and things, and so I really use this book a lot to find out different herbs and roots and resins and plants and trees that I can use for different things, and it's a really good book and it's really amazing. I love it. I mean, how can you go wrong with this? It's just an amazing book. Okay. Next. Magical Housekeeping by Tess Whitehurst. I won this book, actually. I didn't buy this. I won this off a Twitter contest that Llewellyn was hosting. They had a month where they were doing, like, weekly chats with various authors and things, and Tess Whitehurst had held one that I was a part of while I was doing jury duty, which is kind of funny. But she was doing it, and so they had, like, a little thing where they said, okay, you know, we're going to pick 3 people out of the pool of Twitter chatters and send you guys a copy of the book. So I did, and I got it, signed copy by Tess herself. And she actually lives in the area. She lives in Venice, I believe, or LA. So it's a really good book. It's magical housekeeping, just exactly what you would think about I'm sorry, I need to. I'm talking a lot all day, so I'm kind of dry. It provides a lot of information about just keeping your home, making your home magical, basically, and keeping the energies positive and flowing. She does a lot of feng shui work. She's a certified feng shui person, whatever it is. So she does a lot of feng shui work within it. And I really love it because it also gives, in each chapter, she kind of gives like a backstory of how she came to put this all together. Because she did go through a lot of things in her life, and so she had to come up with these solutions, and they worked amazingly. So she put them in a book for the whole world to use. So check it out. Really good book. The only Wiccan spellbook you'll ever need by Miriam Singer and Trish McGregor. Pretty straightforward. It's a witch's spellbook. It's got a bunch of different spells in it. Actually, it doesn't have a lot of spells. It's actually got a lot of information in it. And I really like it because I thought it was going to be one of those, like, not really super legitimate, or not legitimate, but like not really serious Wicca, witchcraft spell books, and they're going to be kind of silly and whatnot, but it's actually really good, and it does provide legitimate, good information in it, and I really like it. So, check it out. Let's find out what yeah, and it's got, I mean, she got legitimate information that I can back up and say that's actually accurate, and she goes into a lot of detail about spell work and talking about And that's what I like about it as well. That really it's like, oh wow, so it's not one of those typical spell books. That she goes into the ethics and explaining to you the reasons why you would do this spell, the reasons why you wouldn't do the spell. Try these before you go to this. Try everything before you come to magic. So I really like that. That it didn't do the annoying. Okay, here, just do this, and it'll be fine, and rainbows and butterflies or whatever. So I really like it for that. Wicca, Guide for Solitary Practitioner. I am not going to talk about this book because it's been talked about 1,000,001 times. We all know it. This is the basis of my foundation of my practice. This is where it all started. This book right here, pretty much lit the fire that is forever burning in my heart. Again, it's an amazing book. I recommend it for everybody, any beginners out there, even old-timey practitioners who've been at this for years and years. It's a really good refresher. Yay. Another book is The Witch and Wizard Trading Guide by Serona Knight. Again, I bought this book before I had found out about Wicca, just as like a little witch and wizard training guide, exciting thing. And sorry about that, dog. Overly excited. But it's got a lot of really good information in it, and I'm actually surprised. It's actually more of a spell book, but it's really good, so I love it. What else? Let's see. Oh, next book. Next and final book. I'm sorry, the dog. Psh. Hey! Oh, no, what, man? Okay, so the last book is the Oracle book. This isn't really a book. This is actually an Oracle book. It's a divinatory tool for finding answers using bibliomancy. I'm sorry. And what you do is you hold the book and you thumb through the pages, and your finger, you're just using energies within yourself to find where you just focus on the question, and just use your fingers, run along the pages, and you'll sense where your finger will sort of stop, and you realize that's where your answer is. You open it up, and it'll give you the answer. So, yeah, I mean, it's not, you can't read this. It's literally for divinatory only. And I really use it, and I liked it a lot. It works pretty well. It's a lot better. This is like, because I've always had that thing where, like, when I learn about bibliomancy, about using sacred texts, like the Bible or whatever, like, I don't own the Bible. And I don't really care for the Bible. It's not sacred to me, and I don't really care for it, and I don't have any other books I can use. I'm not going to use a dictionary or any other random literary book that I own, so this is a really good alternative to that. They have different kinds of books like this. This is just the one that I have. Really amazing. I love it. Alright, I guess that is it. I want to see video responses. Show me your book collection. I know I've seen other people's videos, so I want to see more. It's really interesting to share your books and basically get a feel of where everybody's practice is coming from and what they are interested in. So, yeah, guess that's it. Talk to you guys later. Let's speak.